welcome to another episode of CarCast, where today, it turns out I should possibly be somewhat concerned, because in order to get the cat out of the car, we had to take the wheel off my car, and we don't know if, by doing so, when we put it back on, we don't know if it's tight enough, and in order to get to school, I have to go onto the I-40, which, is 65 miles an hour. So I'm going to be very careful today, and I'm going to keep a close eye on that wheel. Oh, man. Okay, it'll take a second. Hello, by the end of this video, whether the tire came off or not, though, so there's that. Just due to the fact that if I get in a wreck, well, actually, you won't know if I don't know. Basically, if you're listening to this video, then there's a high chance that it stayed on. Or, at the very least, I did not get into a wreck if you're listening to this. Come on, traffic. Guess what I forgot to do? Oh, come on, traffic. I gotta pull over. Pull over real quick so I can put the tire jack and all in the correct place in my trunk. I forgot to do that. I'll do that real quick. Okay. Guess I'll have to find a place where I can pull over. I mean, come on, man. Why is there nowhere I can pull over? Look at that car. Just speed on by. Yes, I am pulled over. No, you should not be speeding. Crap. Water got on my shorts and I didn't realize it. Oh well, I got the spare tire back in the right place. I'll have to put the jack in the right place later on. Hooray, we got a car that's coming up beside me and... Really? You do know that you're able to slow down people, right? I mean, it would only be the safe idea whenever you see a car pulled over with someone standing on the outside of it. Oh well. Well, today's Monday, and hooray, I get to go to high school. I don't like it. It's not that I'm lazy and don't like work. The problem is literally that they overwork us at high school. Too much work. Oh, I'm just listening to feel if the car tire's doing alright. Had to make a turn back there. But oh yeah, because they overwork us. They seem to forget that we are human beings that have lives. I'll oftentimes overhear teachers say, you can't expect me to get all that work graded in one night. I have a life. But yet they'll expect us to get a lot of homework done one night, seemingly forgetting that we do have other teachers that we go to. And those other teachers do assign homework just like they do, which can lead to an hour or two of homework a night. I did the math and added it up. That's about 6 hours of homework a week, on a good week. So really, I'm not having 5 days of school a week. I'm having more like 6, because we go to school for 6 hours. And if I have 6 hours of homework in a week, that adds another day. So why? Can these people not just remember that... Okay, wait. I can't quite tell if the vibrating is my tire or not. Okay. I'm just hoping and praying that it stays. I guess people are going to be annoyed with me because I'll be going slow today. But, I'm just going to... I don't know. I guess we need to take it to a place that has a torque wrench to see if it's on here tight enough. I don't know. I could be panicking with that reason. I'm not really panicking, as you heard my panic attack yesterday. But I could be worried with that reason. Oh well. Plus, oh yeah, high school problems. There are also, the fact that, during teenage years, why is it that why do your teenage years determine the rest of your life? I mean, it's the point in your life when you're at your, well, people say it's when you're at your highest, but let's be honest with ourselves. It's the point in our lives where we're at our lowest, because all we care about is ourselves and, our social status. We only care about the Facebooks and the Tamblegrams and the stuff like that, and how popular we are. We don't really care about our education or stuff like that. I'm different. I care about education, but you see, it's a quote, well, not really a quote Einstein, but like, as Einstein put it, education is what's left after you've forgotten what you learned in school. Now, if that's coming from what's basically one of the smartest men in history, then clearly there's a problem with the school system set up. The way it's set up is we have forced classes that we can't decide whether we take or not. And these forced classes undermine education. When you don't want to learn something, you're not going to learn it. You may memorize it, you may memorize a list of facts that you're able to regurgitate one time back onto a test, but after that you'll just forget it because you never use it in life. If it's something you're really going to need, then you're going to use it daily, because if it's something that you're interested in, then of course you're going to be using it a lot. I used to be interested in weather, so I would, do a lot of research on weather and knew a lot. Then I was interested in medical science, so I knew a lot about medical science at the time. But no matter how much you force someone to learn something, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Same concept. You can't force someone to learn something they don't want to learn. And the way that the school system tries to force it is through fear of failure. The way they do it is they make students afraid of F's. That's why we see these students that commit suicide over getting an F. Sure, to you or me, it may seem like crazy, like why would you ever do that just because of one F? But think about it. They create so much anxiety around getting an F, like, telling them since they're in kindergarten, you cannot get an F, or else, basically, as far as they know, they're telling them the world will end for them. So that's what it is. They just create this anxiety, and that teaching through fear, it worked in the past. What I mean is, like, 100 years ago it may have worked, but that was just because that's all they had. It's not like they had computers. Using computers, we can use a whole new kind of teaching style. We could start giving tests and quizzes via computer, And that way the students can get instant feedback as to what they got correct and incorrect, and they wouldn't need the fear of failure. And I can't tell if this vibrating is my tire loose or not. I can't tell. I hope, please tell me that it's not my tire loose. I can't tell, because when I'm up at 60 miles an hour, the car vibrates anyways, so how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know whether this tire is okay or not? I don't know. I may end up calling my dad, but I can't tell. I hear a buzzing noise. It could be a fly. I hope it's not a bee. I sort of panic around bees, and I'm driving right now in heavy traffic, So I just hope I don't panic. Whoa, person! Hey, you see me moving over into the lane, so why do you keep speeding up? Of course, what do you think's gonna happen? I'm gonna panic and move back over, imbecile. Man, person, think with your brain. To play off of the think with your dipstick, the advertisement for oil. How about we change it to think with your brain for driving? It's weird. These CarCast videos, they seem to help me stay calm while I'm driving. I don't know, it gives me the feeling of like I'm talking to someone. And you know how, like, when you talk to someone, you just calm down and you get relaxed. So there's that, yeah. And the smell of coolant. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Imagination is a powerful thing. I'm beginning to think that's why I smell coolant all the time, is because my first car had a constant coolant leak that we could never fix. And so there's a constant smell of coolant, and I learned quickly what the smell of hot coolant is, like what to look out for if you notice your car is heating up. If you smell a very strong, like, how do I even describe it? Basically, at some point, get some coolant and pour it onto something hot. Because knowing what it smells like will be a valuable asset when you own a car. If you know what hot coolant smells like, then you'll know what to look for if you see your engine temperature rising. Because, knowing what hot coolant smells like will let you know if you have a leak without you needing to look. Because you won't smell the hot coolant unless it's outside of the coolant system, and if it's outside of it, it's on the hot engine. Although on the other side of that, if you accidentally spill coolant when you're putting it in there, then you'll smell it as well. Oh well. I've never been so happy to have a stretch of highway that was 45 miles an hour than I am today. Just because it means I get a chance to go slow instead of fast. It's 8:27 and I need to get to school by 8:55. Well, need to be in class seated at 8:55. I think I can make it. Man, school just gets in the way of everything though. Like I have plans, like I want to start up my own business, and there's only one thing getting in between me and my business, and that's school. All the homework they assign, the fact that I go there for 6 hours a day. Oh well, someone showed me an acronym for what school might mean, and I sort of agree with it. It's 6 crappy hours of our lives. Yeah, with all of these forced classes, if you don't want to take classes and you have a semester just full of ones you really don't like, or teachers you don't like, then yeah, it's 6 crappy hours of your life. So then, I don't know. It's basically like how they force-feed babies when they're young. Yeah, they're force-feeding us knowledge, and it doesn't really work. It's like trying to throw pancakes at a wall and have them stick while they're still in their liquid form. Sure, some of it might stick, but a good majority of it's just going to fall off a second later. And the parts of it that do stick, like the classes you're interested in, are like the fully cooked sticky pancakes. They're like cooked enough so that it'll stay together, but still sticky enough that it'll stick to the wall. Well, the wheel is still on. That's good, and I'm hoping it stays on there. Yes, and I am praying. Yes, praying that it stays on. But what should I talk about? If you have any topics you want me to talk about, you can put them in the comments of the videos. Like any political or medical or just any topic, really. Now, I'll tell you this right now. If you put a political thing in the comments, please don't, complain. Basically, I'll respect your opinion on whatever topic you put, but I request that at the same time you respect my opinion on whatever topics you put. If you're the kind of person that won't respect a differing opinion from your own, then please don't put something in the comments where if I said the wrong thing that it would get you upset, because, if you were to do that, I would just reply back with, that's your problem. I don't care if it got you super upset, because, I don't know. It's difficult for me to get super upset, just because, how thick-skinned I am. I can take stuff. I know there are a lot of thin-skinned people out there, so I'm warning you now. And if you're thin-skinned, then this may not be the podcast for you on certain days. Like around the election and that sort of thing. Because it'll be like rubbing thick sandpaper against paper. Or against wet paper. Oh, and sorry about my doing the saying over and over again and doing this. It's because I talk faster than I can think, and so I gotta think about what I'm saying. I don't know why I do that. Oh well. I guess we all got our little quirks that we just have. Well, I'm very close to school now, and it is now 8:31. And what to talk about? I don't know. At some point in time, I know of another guest speaker I'll have on here, a better one than Clark. One that'll be much more behaved and won't be so upset. Well, they have a gaming channel on YouTube called Sonic Fan 001. And on the day that they're in the episode, I'll put the link to their channel in the description. You should check them out. They do walkthroughs, playthroughs of games, and it's awesome. Although, it isn't as much like the Game Grumps, though it's more or less just him playing the game. So if you're going into it looking for something like the Game Grumps, where they have funny dialogue all throughout it, then you may be a little bit disappointed. But if you're looking for like how to finish a Sonic level, or a level in a Sonic game, good grief, there are people cleaning trash on a bridge. And then you got the idiotic semi-truck that's right behind me that doesn't know to slow down, and then nearly hits me. Man, he almost had a bad time. Had he hit me, it would have been a bad time for both of us, because I would have been late to school. You know, I hope that they count traffic as a excusable reason to be late. There's a chance that they don't, and a chance that they do. I swear they should, because if they don't, you know, that's ridiculous. I can't control how traffic is, you know? I can't control how I-40 is, and especially around US 52. Because, you know, it doesn't matter how early you are to US 52, it's just, some days it's good, some days it's bad, because you never know when it's going to be a wreck. And we had rain last night, so I'm surprised there wasn't a wreck on US 52. I'm surprised there weren't 10 wrecks, to be honest. You know, like one person has a wreck, and then everyone else has to stop, but then there's the one idiot that doesn't stop, and then causes another, and then another. I'm just surprised that didn't happen. But it's a good thing that it didn't happen. Or at least I don't think it happened. Well, I'm at the exit to my school, and the tire is still on the car, so we shall see. The tire is my front right tire, and in order to get to school, I have to make 2 left turns. I made a left turn back at home, but here I gotta make a left turn that goes uphill, and goes across a highway. It's better than the alternative left turn, which is at I want to say 5-way intersection, 5 or 6-way. So we shall see. But like I'm right now going around a curve to the left at 40 miles an hour. I swear I hear some vibrations, but I don't know. I think some of this noise I hear is just the jack in my trunk. But we shall see. Oh, hooray for traffic always being a constant on this road. I mean, come on, how many cars can you have on this one road? Come on, people. Oh well. I gotta stop complaining about traffic. It's not like I can do anything about it. Oh, man. Oh, look, now there's a person that knows style. It's another Buick LeSabre, just like mine, with that nice beige or gold color. I don't know if it's beige or gold, but it's like that dark gold color. The one that is rare in cars nowadays because people think it's ugly. I don't know why they would. I mean, come on, it's gold. That nice yellowish dark gold color. You know, if you want to know what it looks like, the very first car cast I made has a picture of my car in it. And that's the gold color I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and I forgot, I decided to start naming it CarCast as a portmanteau of car and podcast. Mainly because, you know, calling it Davis's Ride to School doesn't make sense if I'm just going to be doing it anytime I drive, for the most part. So, well, while I'll mainly be doing it on the way to school and home from school, I'm also going to do, like, bonus episodes just when I feel like it. You know, along the way to where? Well, along the way to nowhere, because life is a journey, not a destination. Oh, yay. Here we go. The last major right turn. Oh wait, it's the same as the first left-hand turn I made, but still, you know, if that tire is loose and about to come off, oh wait, I think I would know it if it was. Person, if you're on a road like this at a T intersection trying to go into the side road, why would you start turning that early, knowing that there is traffic moving the opposite direction from you? Shouldn't you wait till you get to the turn before you move into that lane? I don't know, just a thought. That person nearly hit me is why I'm saying that. They nearly hit my front end. That would have been a bad time, because whose fault would it be? I don't know. It's one of those weird situations where I don't know whose fault it would be. Is it mine because I turned out of a T? Because the way it is I'm in the T part of the T intersection, the side road, and they see it as a side road. They're one and the same, really. The only difference is that a T intersection is when you are driving up towards it like a T, and the side road is when the person who's on the road that makes up the top part of the T is, you know, trying to turn into it. But there is no distinction between it. The only distinction is your point of view, your point of reference. Well, come on, man, it's 8:38 and I gotta get to class, people. Enough traffic, I don't have time to sit here and wait. People, come on. I literally don't have the time to sit here and wait because it's 8:38, basically 8:40. And I got to get to class by 8:55. Okay, enough cars turning on the road. I'm gonna calm down. There. Hooray for all this traffic that is slow as molasses. But okay. I could have gone right then. I'm an imbecile. I really am. So if these people... Okay, I know you're making a turn, but you don't gotta go slow. A person in the Kia who's in front of me, you know I've gotta turn. And what I mean is that if you get that close to me in the turning lane, I can't go because I'll hit your car. Well, good, they made their turn. And I'm going for it. And we got a person speeding in a school zone, you know, because that's always smart to do. Speed in a school zone. Oh well. Looks like I'm gonna be on time. Good. I now just got to text my dad. There's that one group of boys, they stare at me and I can't figure out why. I think it's because I'm a 16-year-old that drives a Buick LeSabre. They always stare at me and they're laughing some days, but I don't care. Hey, because, you know, at least I got a good car, you know? Not one of these cars that they have where the front end is busted. I made it to school and the tire is still on my car. I guess I'll talk to you guys after school today. See ya.
Oh, and one more thing. When I was complaining about them being too slow and about them speeding, I mean, when it's not that I can't be pleased, it's that the person that was speeding is like, you know, doing 15 or 20 above the speed limit, and the people that are going slow are doing like 10 miles below it. Why not just do the speed limit exactly? Oh well. Thank you if you watched to this far, and I'm going to put it up in two parts, one part for morning and one part for afternoon after school. See ya.